sound. Hello everybody and welcome back to Bill Drives. I am Bill, of course. Thank you very much for joining me. And yes, that is a Porsche behind me. Now, some of you are probably thinking, where did Bill get a Porsche? And you will find out the complete story in this video. And yes, it was the cheapest Porsche on the whole of the internet. Let's find out about it, shall we? So welcome back to the channel, and I just want to say, before we get into the video, I just want to say a massive thank you because we have now hit 1,000 subscribers. So thank you to everyone who has subscribed. Thank you to you if you've left a like on any of my videos, if you've left a comment on any of my videos. No matter what you're doing, if you're interacting with any of my videos or even on social media, I just want to say thank you so much because it does mean so much to me. Honestly, I never thought for 1 minute that people were actually going to watch my videos, let alone have 1,000 subscribers, getting numerous DMs on Instagram and people following me on TikTok and Instagram. And yeah, do you know what? It's amazing. And I just wanted to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Cars for me have always been everything. I've always loved cars since I was a very, very, very little boy. Always been mad about cars. So for me to be able to talk about cars and actually have people interested in what I'm saying and actually watch my videos means so much. It's very overwhelming, but I just wanted to take 1 minute out of this video to say thank you so much. And as always, guys, if you are watching and you do like my content, then please hit the subscribe button below. It does help me out massively. We're over 1,000 subscribers now, like I just said, and it's getting to the point now where I might actually start earning some money out of my videos, which is amazing. I can't actually believe it, and I'm getting a bit excited thinking about it. But I mean, that's just crazy. But yeah, any money that I do earn from the channel will of course make the channel bigger and better. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I've only got 1,000 subscribers, but I mean, the sky's the limit with this. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we can all do it together, push it together, and hopefully get the channel moving in a good direction. And any money we earn off the channel, I could put back into cars, improving the content, and yeah, getting bigger and better videos as time goes on. So yeah, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. And if you don't follow me on social media, head over to Instagram and TikTok. I'm on both of them and it's at Bill Drives. So see you guys over there. And if you've got anything to say to me, feel free to reach out into my DMs and I will answer any questions you've got. So I've bought a Porsche Boxster. This is a Porsche Boxster. This is the 986 variant and it's got the 2.5 litre flat six engine. Now, I'll be honest, I don't know loads about Porsches. This is not a car that I really actually thought I wouldn't say ever own, but it's a car that I didn't think I would own quite yet, and I haven't really done loads of research into Porsches. All I know is that I love 911s and I would love like a 986 or a 987 turbo. I mean, who wouldn't? But yeah, this is the I think it's a 1996 or a 1997. What was our reg? Someone correct me in the comments, but I believe it was a 1996 or a 1997. But yeah, this is the 2.5 flat six. Engine is actually in the back, and I know I'm going to sound stupid talking about this, but like I said, I know nothing about Porsches. I've never owned a Porsche before. So yeah, mid-engine car, boot in the front, flat six, rear-wheel drive, of course. And yeah, it is such a cool thing. I'm so excited in this video. I can't believe how excited I am, but it's such a cool thing. Just to have a Porsche, I think is really cool. But yeah, it's lovely to drive. It drives very well. It does, or it did, should I say, have a small issue, which I'll tell you about later. And obviously you're gonna find out how much I paid for this Porsche. And that is the big thing, because I didn't pay much for this Porsche. I didn't pay much for it at all. And when you find out how much I paid for it, I think you're going to be very surprised, put it that way. Very surprised indeed. And of course, Winston is here somewhere. I don't know where he is. Winston! Here he is. Here's Winston. Come here. Come here. You know we're talking about you. Can you see him? You can't see him, but I'll pick him up. He's here, as always. He's having a little walk round. And we are, of course, in the same place where I filmed the VXR video, which is a nice countryside setting. We've got a nice country lane which we can drive up and down, get some nice shots of the car, get some nice up-close slow-mo videos of the car and some shots. And yeah, I'm going to drive it. You're going to see me driving it, and you're going to see it driving down the road, and I'm going to tell you what it drives like. And then, of course, at the end of the video, I will tell you how much I paid for it, I promise. And you're going to be completely stunned. I didn't think it was possible to buy a Porsche for this amount of money, but yeah, you guys tell me what you think. I think it's crazy. Before we get into the video, I actually need to tell you guys how I ended up with a Porsche. So as some of you might have seen on my social media, on Friday, I put a post up saying I'm looking for a project car. I think it was that I said. I put the screenshot of what I put on Instagram on the screen now. But yeah, I was looking for something to buy on Friday. It was one of them days where I had some money, and you know, the VXR has just been sold, as you guys saw in the last video, and I was like, do you know what? I need to buy something for the channel. And originally I was going to buy this as a project car, and I'm still thinking about keeping it. And again, you guys can let me know in the comments what you think I should do with this, but I think for the price I got it for, it would be stupid not to try and, I hate the word flip. I don't know why I'm using the word flip, but I'm going to use it anyway. Maybe flip it and make a good profit, because when you find out how much I pay for it, you're going to be like, yeah, there's definitely profit in that. But anyway, I digress. So Friday, I was looking for a project car. I was looking online and I was looking for like Audi TTs, Focus STs, that kind of thing. And then lo and behold, at about, I think it was about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, this popped up. And it was at such an amazing price, I could not ignore it. So what I'd done is I emailed the fella who was selling it, Simon his name is, and I said to him, would you take an offer of what I offered, right? Didn't expect anything back. Thought, do you know what? There's no way he's going to accept that. I know it's a good price already. And, you know, that's a little bit lower than the asking price. So anyway, cut long story short, got an email back about 20 minutes later saying, hi, if you come and get the car today, I will accept your offer. I was like, wow. And I was looking through the photos of it on Auto Trader, and I was like, bloody hell. I was like, that is a good car for the money. So the car was all the way in Cheltenham, which is about 3 hours away from where I live, all the way over near Bristol, pretty much the other side of the country. So I got on the phone to the fella and I said to him, Simon, I'm really interested in the car. I want to come and see it today. Has it got any issues? He said, look, the only thing is the engine light has come on recently and it's running a little bit lumpy. I said, okay, that explains why it's so cheap. I said, I'm going to come and have a look at the car. So off I got on a train and headed over to Cheltenham. So we're gonna get into the video now of me heading over to Cheltenham. It was a long old trip. Took me about 3.5 hours to get there, from Croydon to Paddington, from Paddington to Bristol, from Bristol up to Cheltenham Spa. Actually didn't get that much content on the way to go and get the car, but did get a little bit, and here's what happened on the way to go and pick up the Porsche Boxster. Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. You're watching Bill Drives, of course, and I am on a train. As you can see, I'm on my way to Cheltenham Spa to go and pick up the Porsche Boxster now. Someone's got it up, and I'm currently waiting for the drinks trolley to come round because I'm really thirsty. I've got Winston with me, and he drags me all the way through Paddington Station, and I didn't have a chance to stop and get any snacks or anything. So yeah, feeling a bit peckish and a bit thirsty, but we move. Got about, what are we on now? The time at the moment is 2:59, as you can see on my phone, and I think we are just out of London now. I just checked on Google Maps, so yeah, blimey, this train moves fast. We're on a Great Western Railway train, which I think they're like really quick. I think we're moving at some speed. But I tell you what, actually, let's put Waze on and see if we can see how fast we're going, because that would be quite interesting, I think. So let's put Cheltenham, because that's where we're going. And of course I'm trying to be a bit quiet on the train because it's a quiet train I'm on. There's a little bit of conversation and stuff, but A, I'm a little bit embarrassed, I'm sweating, I feel like I'm giving off a performance because people can hear what I'm saying. And B, I don't want to be too loud and disrespectful because people have probably been at work all day, and yeah, it's not not ideal sitting listening to me. So we are doing, oh, there's a red light camera ahead. We are doing 128 miles an hour currently. Oh, bloody hell, let me turn that down. 124 miles an hour we're doing at the moment. Can you see that? Is it on the screen? Yeah, it is, 124 miles an hour. So we're moving at pace, and I think we are due to be in Cheltenham in about an hour, maybe an hour. No, Bristol. We're due to be in Bristol in an hour, and yeah, then half hour from there to Cheltenham Spa, and then hopefully the guy who I'm buying the car off haven't actually asked if we could do any content on yet. So not too sure if he's going to be all right with me turning up with a camera and being like, mate, can I film you? But we'll see. And when I get there, we'll know. Oh, my phone won't stop doing this now. Stop. There we go. Yes, as I was saying, when we get there, we're going to ask Simon. Simon's the guy who I'm buying the car from. Going to chat to Simon, see if he's happy with me doing some content on the car with him being involved. If not, we'll just get some content later on or just after we bought the car. But I'm sure he'll let us take some photos and a couple of slow-mos and some videos and stuff like that. But not sure if he's going to want to be in the video himself, you know. But anyway, as always, just stick that on there. But as always, my furry companion Winston is with me today, aren't you, Winston? He's not very happy about being dragged across London to come and buy the car, but it is what it is. He's got to come with me because you can't leave him at home because he's a proper wally and he likes to chew stuff up. So he's had to come with me today. Right guys, as you can see, I've made it to Bristol Parkway. As you can see on the video there.
I found him.
He just went,
I found him.
he just went, what's your YouTube channel? No, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Nice to meet you, man.
And you.
Wicked. Have a good one, yeah?
And you.
That was wicked, man. Just had a guy like, are you doing YouTube? I was like, yeah, I'm doing YouTube. He was like, what's your YouTube? I was like, Bill Drives. He was like, okay, I'm gonna add it now. So yeah, just throw that into the video now quickly and you guys will be able to see that. But yeah, due to be jumping on the Cheltenham Spa train now. That's, what is that, like 4 minutes away I think, and then it's about half hour away from the Porsche, and then the guy who I'm buying the Porsche from, he's actually picking me up from the station. But like I said, he doesn't even know that I've got a camera, so hopefully he's all right with me having a camera. But we'll see. I'm a little bit rushed. I'm a little bit doing this all spontaneously. There's no script on this one at all. So let's see how we get on. Cheltenham Spa, we'll be there in about half hour. And then when I can get some content of the Porsche, I'll get some content of the Porsche. Let's go. Right guys, so there we go, we made it to Cheltenham Spa, all the way from London. Gonna go and look at the car now. Let's go and look at it. Winston's still messing about. He is, do you know what? I'll be honest with you, next time we do this, I'm not gonna bring him with me because he is a nightmare. But everyone was loving him, he was loving him. We was on a train and yeah, loads of people were loving him. So let's go get this car and get some more content there. But we made it to Cheltenham. Let's just hope the car makes it back to London. See you later, guys. So guys, unfortunately Simon didn't want to be on camera, so I respected his full wishes with that and I didn't get the camera out. Here we are in his car, just heading back to his place where the Porsche was, and it was also quite dark at his place as well, so it wouldn't have got any good content anyway. And as you can see in the pictures here, these are the first photos I got of the Porsche when I stopped at a petrol station on the way home from Cheltenham Spa. So welcome back guys, and as you saw there, didn't get much content on the way to go and get it, and it was a shame because Simon, the guy who had bought it off, wasn't too keen on being on camera, unfortunately. So guys, have a look at this. I still can't believe it when I look at it. I'm looking at it through the screen and it just looks so beautiful. What a cool car that is. Look how cool. that car is. It's got the Porsche twist alloys, which I know a lot of people put these on like Audi TTs and stuff, don't they? I think the Audi community try and get hold of them for that. But I mean, what a beautiful looking thing this is. Look at it, it's a beautiful colour. I love the colour of the hood. Yeah, it's just a Porsche, isn't it, you know? I just think they're beautiful cars. I've always wanted a Porsche. Never did I think I would have one so soon. But yeah, it's got this dodgy spoiler, which I'm not sure about, and I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's got really bad paint on it. It's like almost really ripply. But yeah, so that's obviously been stuck on aftermarket, I'd imagine. I can't imagine that comes as standard. I might be wrong, do let me know. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. It has got this lovely central exhaust that I know all the Boxsters have that, but it's just such a nice touch having the exhaust in the centre. But yeah, what else can we talk about with this Porsche? Where do I start? It's got a tiny little dent here actually. Can you see that? And I say tiny, it's actually quite big, isn't it? But it's not that noticeable. Like if you stand back, I don't think it's that noticeable. It's a bloody good looking car. Oh, also as well, I will say, it has got a little bit of damage to the front here. And when I washed it the other day, I did get a little bit of lacquer peel. So, little scuff there, but I do think someone, you know, one of them, what are they called? You know, like a mobile repair person. I think that would get out quite easily and quite cheaply. But yeah, as I said, engine in the back, trunk space. Can I say trunk space? Or is that too American? Should I be saying trunk space? But yeah, trunk in the front, engine in the back. And yeah, it just sounds beautiful. I'm going to start it up in a minute and get some sounds of the exhaust before we go for a drive. But yeah, let's look inside. Let's get inside. It's got the grey leather interior, which admittedly I don't think is the best colour for these, but I don't think it makes that much difference. It's still a nice place to be. And then yeah, the first generation Boxsters, as this is, have this steering wheel here, which I don't think is as good as the next generation ones, because this one has like the 4-spoke steering wheel, and then the other ones had like a 3-spoke steering wheel, which just looks a bit sportier, but it is what it is. And then yeah, look at the dials. They're cool. They just look so, let me just focus. They just look so sporty, like the font, even the font and everything is just cool, isn't it? And then yeah, of course, the interior I think is in good nick for the age. A little bit of wear around the gear gaiter, as you can just see there. But nothing major really. I mean that would be so cheap to replace, I'd imagine. And then yeah, the seats, nice and sporty, nice leather. And again, apart from this little bit of wear on the bolster here and down here, I don't think they look too bad. Got the original Porsche mats, albeit this car is a little bit dirty. Does need a proper valet, which I'll probably do before I sell it, if I sell it. And then someone's also put an aftermarket stereo in it, which is like DAB, I believe. These speakers down here are not very good. That is one thing I will say. The speakers in this are not great. And I do really enjoy listening to music. Yeah, I love listening to music when I'm driving. I'm sure many people watching also enjoy driving with music. So it's a little bit disappointing in the stereo, but most of the time I have the windows down and I give it some, and you can hear the note from the exhaust, which you guys are going to hear soon. And it just makes a lovely sound. That flat 6 is something I've never had before, it's something I've never experienced before. And I tell you what, it is bloody addictive. Now I want a 911 so bad. Winston, come here. Where is he? What's he doing? Winston, come on. Come on. Here he is. So guys, going to stop banging on now and actually take the Porsche for a drive. So let's go, let's take it for a drive. So guys, let's go for a drive, shall we? And like I said, we are down this lovely country lane. I don't know if I should maybe do the windows up or put them down. I am going to put this roof down in a minute, and I'm hoping that camera isn't a little bit too jumpy about, but it looks all right to me. I'm hoping the image stabilisation does sort it out. But this is such a low car. It's got such hard suspension, and you feel absolutely every little bump with this car. It's like when you're in driving when you're driving something like an Audi TT or even a Z4 is a little bit less harsh than this. Absolutely everything is going through my spine. Not too sure if it would be a nice car to drive on such a long journey. And do you know what? There is a couple of little rattles which just make you think, what is that? But and I mean, it's an old car. It's, what do I say? It's like 96, 1997. So it is an old car. It is going to make some noises, I imagine. Something down here is rattling. And obviously it is so sporty and quite stiff. You're going to get little noises in you. I'm not too sure if you guys can hear me properly because I've got the window open, trying to get some of that lovely exhaust sound into the cabin. I'll just do it up for 1 minute while I'm driving down here. This is such a nice thing to be driving. It is just quality. It is just, I'm actually speechless at how good this drives. Round the twisty bit, foot down, a little bit of traction control slip there. Go. I just got it's so much fun to drive. I'm trying to concentrate on driving but actually film some content at the same time. It's so hard because you're so involved with this car. This car requires you to be on the ball. It requires you to, let me just turn that heating down because I'm hot. It requires you to yeah, just pay attention, I suppose. It really does, but I tell you what, should we put the roof down? I don't know if you lot are going to get so much road noise if we put the roof down. I'm just going to go right here, up this other lovely road. But tell you what, we do it when the car's moving. Does it work when the car's moving? Let's have a look. Can you... Oh no, I don't think you can. Okay, alright, cool. Let me just pull up. So you can't open the roof when the car's moving. There you go. This is turning into a proper car review. Let's open the roof. Still not opening. What's going on here? What do I do? So that's pressed. Take that out. Does the handbrake have to be up? Oh, just stalled. Oh, there you go. So the handbrake. Oh, God. Start the car back up. So the handbrake has to be up to take the roof down. Oh, look at that. That's better, isn't it? It's not as dark in here now. So we'll just see what it's like with the roof down. Now, I've not actually driven this with the roof down yet. I feel like maybe I look like a bit of an idiot because it is the middle of winter. It's freezing cold. Go for it. Cheers, mate. Can you hear that? That 6-cylinder just sounds so good. I don't know if this is even going to come out very well because of the shaky camera. It looks like it's all over the place. But the 6-cylinder just sounds so good. I don't really know what else to say about it. It's just such a good car to drive. Just adjust the camera there, make sure you can actually see me. I'm not too sure if this is going to be way too bouncy. I think the ride quality on this is very harsh. It's causing my camera to just bounce around all over the place, but hopefully the image stabilisation works that out for me. I mean, this is a proper bumpy country road that we're driving on, but it's just, we're not even going fast. We're doing 40, 45 mile an hour. And it is just so, like I said, it's just so involving, this car. Like, you have to really be on the ball and pay attention. And look, you turn and it's almost like you just turn and point, there it goes. It's very, very sharp, I should say. This car is very sharp. So the Porsche 986 Boxster, and do you know what? I was talking to Simon, who you guys will see on the channel very soon. I was talking to him yesterday about the Porsche Boxster and the 996, so that's the 911, and he was telling me, and I don't know how true this is, let me know in the comments if there's any Porsche enthusiasts in the comments, do let me know. But he was saying that the 986 and the 996 was actually the car that saved Porsche, because the car before that was the 993, which had an air-cooled engine, and I don't think they were massive sellers, but that is so much fun. Oh, that is the sound. Oh, I don't know if you guys can hear that, or if you could just hear road noise. I don't know what you guys can hear, but the sound it makes is so cool. Oh man, people always bang on about flat six, and flat six sounds best, and I can see why now. I don't know, everyone, each to their own, innit? Everyone has their different preferences, but this is, I can see what people are talking about now when they say about the flat six sound. But anyway, where was I? I was talking about Porsche, and apparently the 993 didn't sell so well. Had the air-cooled rear engine 911. I think that's the one I'm on about. And like I said earlier in the film, I don't know much about Porsches. I know a little bit, obviously, because I'm a car enthusiast. But apparently, the 993 didn't sell so well, and the 996 and the 986 were the cars that saved Porsche. Do let me know if I'm wrong about that in the comment section. Hopefully we've got a couple of Porsche enthusiasts watching. But yeah, I mean, I'm so excited about this car, I actually don't know what to say. I'm driving it and it's making me smile. This thing drove back from Cheltenham flawlessly, and it really is a lovely thing to drive, either on the twisty bits or on the motorway. When you're on the motorway, it just pulls, no matter what gear you're in. It's got, I mean, I don't know how much torque, I don't know the figures of this car. I know they're around 200 brake horsepower, which is plenty of power for a car so small. And with the engine being behind you and with that rear wheel drive, it just feels more powerful than it is. But there's a saying, and it's like, it's more fun driving a slow car fast than it is driving a fast car, or like it's more fun driving a less powerful car fast. So what that means is basically you can wring this car out, you really can. Like, it's got 200 brake horsepower. It's not massively powerful, especially by today's standards. 200 brake horsepower is not a lot of power, but in a car this small, with the engine behind you, with it revving the way it does, and you can take it all the way up to, you know, 5,500, 6,000 RPM, and it's not going to try and kill you as much as it would, say, like a 400 brake horsepower car. Not that I've ever driven a 400 brake horsepower car, so I'm yet to find out what that's like, but I imagine you know, really give it some in a 400 brake horsepower car, you're going to be going quite fast at 6,000, 7,000 RPM. But this, you're still only doing, you know, 50 or 60, which is still fast enough, of course. But yeah, you get a real sense of excitement from the engine. It revs, there's flat six sound, and yeah, the feeling where it's so low, where it's so what's the word, stiff. It really does give you that feeling like you're driving a go-kart, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm waffling here. Let's just give it a little one here. Them second gear pulls up to 6,000 RPM are so much fun. That flat six behind you just makes such a nice noise, it really does. So let's talk about the issue and why I got it so cheap. Simon, the guy I bought this off, he was very honest. He said, look, Bill, he said, I did have it up for more money. He goes, it started misfiring a little bit and the engine light came on. He goes, so I've lowered the price, and yeah, he goes, you know, it could be, someone could take it on as a project as, you know, a fixer-upper. And I said, well, that's perfect, because obviously I do YouTube. I'm looking for a fixer-upper, and the whole point of my channel is to, you know, buy cars cheap, fix them up, sell them, you know, flip them on for a profit. Using that word again, flip. I hate the word flip. But anyway, made the trip up to Cheltenham, drove the car, and it was misfiring ever so slightly more on idle than when driving it. When you're driving it, you couldn't really tell that there was any misfire there at all. It was driving completely normal, completely perfect. It was only when you stopped, say at a set of traffic lights, or just pull up and, you know, do something, you would just notice a misfire there. So I got on the phone to Simon. Simon knows a bit more about Porsches than I do, and Simon said it could have a vacuum leak. So I was like, okay, it could have a vacuum leak. Obviously done my usual Googling, plugged the reader in, but it wasn't working so well, because this is quite an early car, with it being like 1996, 1997. The reader that I've got is only really good with cars that are like 2001 onwards. Anyway, so I'm thinking maybe it could be a vacuum leak, could be set of spark plugs and HT leads maybe, or coil packs. I'm not too sure if these have coil packs or HT leads. So yeah, was doing a bit of research, and then I spoke to Simon, the guy who was the previous owner obviously, and I said to him, Simon, what fuel do you use in the car? And he said, I've just been using cheap supermarket fuel, you know, like the not E5 or not 99, not 95, like 92 is it, or something like that. And now in a car this old, I thought surely you shouldn't really be using that kind of fuel. Anyway, I took a gamble. I bought the car. I thought, worst case scenario, it's going to need a set of spark plugs, maybe some coil packs. It might make good content for the channel of me doing that work myself. Anyway, I filled it up on the way home with 99 Shell Plus, I think it was, that I used. Blasted it on the motorway on the way home. I've just bought a Porsche. Of course, I'm going to give it a little blast on the motorway. And lo and behold, the next day, got in the car, started it, and it sounded completely fine, like as if the misfire had gone. And after about 20 minutes, half hour of driving it, it was completely normal again. The engine light had gone off miraculously. I was like, what, the engine light just went off on its own? I didn't clear it with a scanner, nothing like that. And yeah, been driving it for a couple of days now, and the car is driving completely fine. There's no misfire at all, there's no engine light, and it's perfect. So my guess is that he was using rubbish fuel in the car, and that caused the car to act in a funny way. I don't know, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Am I wrong? Is something else going to crop up? I mean, I've been driving it again, like I said, for 2 days now, and no engine light, no misfire, nothing. But wonder if you can hear that. But that brings me on to saying, how much did I pay for the car? I haven't told you guys yet, have I? I suppose the time has come to let you know how much I paid for this car. So I paid, you ain't gonna believe this, but look, sat here now, we're at a junction, there's no one behind me. It's sitting at about 800 RPM. The needle is just completely normal. I'm not gonna get my phone out and touch it, because that is illegal. Nice Golf GTD there, that's nice. I paid, you're not going to believe this, you're really not going to believe this, but I paid 1,000, starts with a 1, it started with a 1, and it gets even better. I paid £1,350, thank you, for this car. 1,350 quid I paid for this car. I think you'll agree, I've had a complete and utter bargain. That is not a lot of money for a Porsche Boxster. And now you've got to think, I talk about on this channel, I talk about value for money quite a lot, right? And what else can you buy for £1,350? I've just stalled. Oh. The car comes, I better let him go. Go on, after you. How embarrassing. Meant to be someone who loves driving, and you can stall like that. But yeah, a couple of things I haven't spoke about on this car is mileage. What's the mileage on? The mileage is on And do you know what? That is actually one little fault with this car, is the mileage thing. I can't seem to make it to work. It did work the other day, like the little screen, you know, like the LED screen. Let me get my camera out. Where's my camera? But yeah, this is what I'm on about. The screen for the mileage, just down there, doesn't work. I mean, it does work because it was working the other day, and I'm trying to like mess about with this, press this button here, nothing happens. Clock button is obviously to adjust the clock, obviously, that down there. But yeah, as you can see as well, by the way, no lights on the dash. Like I said, it did obviously have a little misfire. It is revving or idling exactly as it should be. Look, just below the one. I'm not talking rubbish. It definitely is working perfectly. And yeah, like I said, the only thing is the mileage right there. But it was working the other day, I promise, and it was on 100,684 or something like that. So yeah, just want to show you that. But yeah, look at this. What a nice place to be, man. Look, Winston, what are you doing? What are you up to? Look at him, look. He's going for walkies in a minute. But yeah, what a nice place to be. Look, it's got the little DAB stereo here. Don't really use that because, like I said, the speakers are a bit rubbish. No aircon, nothing like that. These here are the buttons, so that locks the car, I'd imagine. Yeah, that locks it. It's got a heated rear screen, is that? Yeah. Then that's how you put the roof up and down. Traction control is there. Very simple. And turn that off again. I mean on again, should I say. And yeah, do you know what? Everything about this car is just nice and simple. Everything's just where it should be. I believe these little buttons here, if you had heated seats, that's where the heated seat buttons would be. You've got a little compartment here for like bits and bobs. And yeah, 5-speed gearbox is lovely, works completely fine. And yeah, everything is just where it should be, but it is a nice place to be. Everything's just functional. You know, these Germans, they know what they're doing when they're building a car. They know where to put stuff, don't they? So yeah, everything is just exactly where you would expect it to be. And even on a 1996 or 1997 car, everything still works like it should do, which is amazing if you think about it. This car is 30 years old. Is my math in there? 30 years old, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But yeah, this car is 30 years old and everything still works in here. So, I mean, that's pretty cool in itself, that they've made a car that even this many years later, everything's just still working. Even the engine is going exactly how it was when it was made. Maybe a little bit different, but yeah, everything's working. And it just goes to show German build quality is just unrivaled, really, isn't it? And look, over here actually, electric wing mirrors. Electric wing mirrors in a 90s car, that's cool. I mean, you've got cars these days that are like made and still not electric wing mirrors. Am I lying there? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, let me show you guys the boot and everything. Let me just switch cameras around. I just wanted to show you guys quickly what I'm on about with the sort of boot and where the engine is, because if, like me, you're not familiar with Porsches, let me just move that camera so my head's not cut off. If like me, you're not familiar with Porsches, you wouldn't know that the engine's in the back and that you've got trunk space. I feel so American saying that. Trunk space in the front. But let's open it up, show you what I'm on about. And look, in the front, you've got, this is cool, isn't it? I think that's the power steering fluid there. Can you see that? Hold on. Yeah, you can see that. Yeah, that's the power steering fluid there. You've got the spare wheel here, which, I mean, I don't think that's a full-size alloy, but it's a spare wheel nevertheless. And just a couple of bits and pieces down there, which I keep in the car. Dog lead, OBD reader, and I think that's a towing eye, is it? Yeah, there's a towing eye in there, and a few other bits and pieces. But we'll just shut that for now. Just shut that there like that. And I mean, look, what a cool looking car. What a beautiful thing. Look at it. Isn't it lovely? I think it's going to rain in a minute, so I'm going to try and wrap this video up, but there we go. That's where the engine is. And if you see what I mean, literally there is, you would not even know that there's an engine in there, would you? Apart from the oil cap is there, the coolant cap is there, and yeah, the oil dipstick is there. And then I think to get to the engine, you have to take these little, I'm not going to try and pull it, but look, they are obviously very stuck in. Look, I can just about see some cables behind there if I move that like that, but obviously the engine is somewhere behind there, because this is a mid-engined car, meaning that the engine is somewhere there. I know on 911s they sit right over the back wheels, but this is mid-engine, so yeah, the engine sits right there. But yeah, look at that. What a cool car. What a cool car. And again, can't believe it, £1,350. That's the only thing about this car that lets it down a little bit, I think, is that little bit of paint on there, as we said earlier, is just a little bit, it's a little bit ropey, that paint on there. So if I was to keep it, I probably would look at maybe either removing that rear wing or getting it just repainted maybe. But yeah, £1,350 for a Porsche Boxster. Let me know what you think in the comments. Have I done all right here? I think I have. I'm gonna leave the video there. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button, please hit the like button, leave a comment, let me know what you think about my Porsche, let me know what you think about my video, and yeah, just wanted to say thank you again to everyone who's been watching my videos. Over 1,000 subscribers now, so yeah, crazy. But see you guys in the next video. I have been Bill, you are watching Bill Drives. Go and give me a follow on Instagram, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.